Hi everybody, my name is Genevieve Noel and welcome to my channel.
The only heartache that I ever faced was a need of fortune and a dream of fame. I took those empty feelings and turned them into love. It cheats time, it's the eye in the storm of the universe. I got mine. Where do you think that you will find your
For those of you who don't know, this channel surrounds my 2020 goals. I have 20 of them, and each video focuses on 1, 2, sometimes 3 goals that I am working on in that day or week to further myself and be the person that I want to be and accomplish the things I want to accomplish. Today's video, I am going to be focusing on goals. There's actually 2, numbers 10 and 11. Now, goal number 10 is to have $4,000 saved by the end of the year, and goal number 11 is to be debt-free. Now, that's super hard to do, being the only one working for us and my husband not being able to work because his jobs are being stupid. But the really good news and the thing that I want, motivated me to start talking about this, is that my husband, Gregory, has gotten a job. It is not in his career field as he had hoped, but it's with something that he really enjoys doing, and he is making a decent amount of money doing it. He starts on Tuesday, and it is going to be just so helpful to accomplishing our goals, which is really where we're at right now. There's also some other fun stuff in the making that I want to talk about, but I want to go over a couple of things. One of those is I did an Every Plate review a couple of weeks ago, and I want to talk about budgeting today, and I also want to talk about future plans and kind of what our plan is and how our budget really works. So let's get started. So in order to appropriately film this video, I need to show you guys a couple of things. We're going to take a journey into my bedroom. I was in the office. So in here, it's actually kind of messy because I'm putting away laundry right now, but I wanted to show you these, and what these are our monthly payment planning. So what it is this has like a calendar with each day in the month on it, and I know it's backwards, it's kind of hard to see, but I put on each day in that month what amount of money needs to be paid, and then I know where those things are associated. And so we have it planned out for 6 months. It was planned out for 9, I think, but it's been 3 months since we started that process. And what will happen is I go over here at the beginning of the day and I look at, okay, what's due today? Oh, it's $140. Where does that go to? Okay, I need to pay that to this person, and this is how I'm gonna do it. Blah 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 blah. I try to look in advance if there's nothing due on that day. So today is the 8th, there's nothing due until the 10th, but since I have to go out and buy some stuff anyway, I'm going to pay that bill. That's that. So I will explain the numbers in a minute, but today is the 8th. I just scratched it off because there's nothing on it and I'm gonna forget later tonight. But this $140 is due on the 10th, so I'm going to go and pay that when I go out to do groceries. So I've got January, and then it's got half of February on it anyway, so I put February and March on one calendar because there's only 1 week left in March to put on the April calendar, and then so on and so forth, and they just kind of keep going all the way through the first week in August. But July is my last calendar. So really good way to organize, super easy, and it's really satisfying to be able to cross off the days, to take off the calendars, all that sort of stuff. So it helps me stay motivated. So I know that my hair's a mess. I need to do it. I've been working on stuff all morning and haven't gotten ready, but I'm also working on editing a video right now. She's like, okay, now you can't see her, but she was literally right there looking up at the camera. Anyway, so the next thing that I do after kind of looking at, okay, what do I need to pay? How do our bills look? Whatever, I'm going to open up my banking app. I'm going to do it on the computer though, and I'm going to check out how my bank looks. Now, I keep fairly good track of this otherwise, so I know basically how much I have in my bank account day to day, but sometimes things change or happen that I forget about, and so I try to check as much as possible so that I can keep those things in mind and I don't get overcharged for anything. So while this is trying to figure out how the heck to log in, because it's being stupid, I have another sheet of paper to share with you guys. I'm good now. After I looked at my bank account, I saw how much I had to reassure myself it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and then move money from my husband and I, our joint account, which is where my checks go, into my account. So right now, we pay our bills out of our separate accounts. So Gregory and I each have our account, and then we have our joint account. We pay bills out of our separate accounts because we have checks for our separate accounts. So until the checks run out, we're paying out of our separate accounts, and then we'll just buy checks for our joint account. And then our separate accounts, we will just use check cards for, and it's just for like, oh, we each have this much spending money a month kind of situation. But until we run out of checks, it doesn't really run like that, so I had to check things and move money. But anyway, so I have all my bills paid up on that calendar. You kind of saw a bunch of numbers, and then I do get paid at the end of this week. So all the bills that are due up until that day that I get paid have been paid, or I have the money for it. So they're all like taken care of, which is really nice. Then I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about the numbers that we have every month and how that works. So every month I get paid on the 15th and the 30th, or as close to those dates as possible. If it's a weekend, I get paid before that date. Every month we pay rent, which is $532 a person. Obviously, since I'm the only one working, I pay for them. It'll be different, but we just take that out of our first paycheck that we get. We also pay the rent for my horse's rent, like board, at the beginning of the month, because it's also due on the 1st. And so out of that, like the last previous month's paycheck, so the 30th, we pay the 1st for that as well, which is $400. And then whenever I get paid, we try to set aside approximately $250 for gas and groceries, and then $50 for like dog food or dog treats or anything else that we might need for Stella. On each different date, we have something different. So right now that calendar is a little out of date because we did change our insurance, and our insurance is paid on the 10th, I believe, or $120 a month for renter's insurance and car insurance, which is actually really cheap. Thank you to my parents. That same day, we also have our phone bill that's due. We are on a family plan phone bill, and we each have new phones, so it's like $140 a month, which for unlimited everything is really not that expensive. After the 10th is the 16th, I think, so that's after our second payment. After the 16th, we do have we pay Discover on the 22nd, and my Discover bill, like our one credit card that I have that I actually have to like put payments towards, we just are right now doing just $200 a month because I am the only one working and we don't have his income yet. But once we do have his income, that is going to change. The 30th of the month, we pay our electricity and gas bill, which is kind of like rolled into one. And that can range anywhere from like over $200 to like $150. And lately it's been really expensive, but we kind of allot $200 for that a month just to make it easier. Okay, so the other thing that I was missing is we also pay for our Spotify, so our music, on the first of the month. My teacher's insurance every month is like $12 and our Spotify is like $10. So it's really not that spendy. That being said, month to month with my income, what everything like ends up being, it's like what I make. So we just like have enough to get by, and the more we cut corners on like food and stuff, the more we're able to exist and pay for things. As some of you know, as I mentioned earlier, I did do a review of EveryPlate, and the prices on that are amazing. It saves us so much money because it's, let's see, maybe at most it's like $50 a month or $50 a week. And 50 times 4 is only $200, which is a lot less than the $400 a month on groceries that we normally spend. And then we probably spend like maybe $100 on the other stuff that we need with our groceries that we don't get in our EveryPlate. So not only do I recommend EveryPlate because it tastes good, but it's also really cheap. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful to you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and hit the little bell down below so that you can get notifications for when new videos come out. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Love, Genevieve.